हरे कृष्ण। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Hare Krishna. So we'll continue our discussion. This is the last chapter from the fourth canto. Here Narada is instructing the Prachetas. The great sage Maitreya continued. After that, the Prachetas lived at home for thousands of years and developed perfect knowledge and spiritual consciousness. At last, they remembered the blessings of the Supreme Lord and left home, putting their wife in charge of a perfect son. So, this is the success of any uh, great personalities. This that means how much we are able to give up our attachment. So that is the success, and it's there everywhere. Atmajaya sutagara pashu dravina bandhushu rajye chavikale nityam virudha mamatam jahu. So this is for Parikshit Maharaj. So these attachments are so strong, to give it up is big challenge. And what is the perfection? Whether we lived properly or not, this is the proof. And it naturally happens if a person lives according to proper the rules and regulations. He need not separately do any detachment. Detachment comes automatically because the whole system is like that in this creation. So not a big separate endeavor. Prabhupada writes, after the Prachetas have finished their penance, they were blessed by Supreme Lord. The Lord blessed them by telling them that after finishing their family, they will return home back to God in due course of time. After finishing their family life, which lasted thousands of years to the calculation of demigods, the Prachetas decided to leave home, putting their wife in charge of son Daksha. So, Prabhupada writes, this is a process of Vedic civilization. You see, one has to undergo severe penance and austerities in order to educate in spiritual values. The brahmacharya or student is never allowed to mingle with women and learn from the beginning of life about sex and enjoyment. The basic flaw in modern civilization is that boys and girls are given freedom during school and college to enjoy sex life. Most of the children are Varna Shankara, born of undesirable fathers and mothers. Consequently, the whole world is chaos. Actually, human civilization cannot be based on Vedic principles. This means that in the beginning of life, boys and girls should undergo penance and austerities. When they are grown, they should get married, live for some time at home, and beget children. When the children are grown up, the man should leave home and search for Krishna consciousness. In this way, one can make one's life perfect by going home back to Godhead. Actually, family life, there are sufficient problems to help a person to get detached. So, unless one practices penance and austerities in his student life, he cannot understand the existence of God. Without realizing Krishna, one cannot make his life perfect. The conclusion is that when the children are grown, the wife should put in children's charge. The husband may then leave home to develop Krishna consciousness. Everything depends on development of mature knowledge. So, okay. Okay, so volume is less. I will try to increase volume. So here, just a minute. I will work on. I'll speak loudly. I'm not able to increase. Okay, unless when so here King Prachini Parshad, the father of Prachetas, left home before the arrival of his sons, who were engaged in austerities within the water. That means he did not much bother to see the face of his children, spend some time with them. This is all actually a level of Maya, which King Prachini Barhi could come out of that Maya. And Prachini was waiting for the and as soon as the time is ripe, as or soon as one has developed perfect Krishna consciousness, he should leave home, even though all his duties may not be fulfilled. This is also a very important thing. If one has developed sufficient proper Krishna consciousness, perfect Krishna conscious, one can leave home. Like Prabhupada also, he left home. So as soon as one develops perfect Krishna consciousness, so this is very important. He should leave home, and even though all his duties may not be fulfilled, Prashnibas is waiting for the arrival of sin, but following the instruction on Rudhi, as soon as his intelligence was properly developed, he simply left instructions for his ministers to impart to the sons, thus without waiting for their arrival left home. What a great personality. Such realization he got. Means detachment is wealth all the time. So giving up comfortable life is absolutely necessary for human beings and is advised by Prahlad Maharaj. Hitvatma pakam grahamanta kopam. To finish the materialistic way of life, uh, one should leave his so-called comfortable home, which it simply means for killing the soul. So one should therefore not be too much attached to family life, for it will spoil one's development of Krishna consciousness. So this is applicable for everyone. And Prabhupada left home. He is speaking, that's why he is able to speak with full confidence that this is what we all have to do. And he was having, I think, 5 children, and there were some problems at home also, but Prabhupada understood he cannot just waste time like that. The Prachetas went to the seashore in the west, where the great liberated sage Jajali was residing. After perfecting the spiritual knowledge by which one becomes equal towards all living entities, the Prachetas became perfect in Krishna consciousness. The word Brahma Shastra means cultivation of spiritual knowledge. Actually, both the Vedas and severe austerities are known as Brahman. Vedas Tattvam Tapo Brahman means the absolute truth. One has to cultivate knowledge of the absolute truth by pursuing studies in Vedas and undergoing severe austerities and penance. The Pratetas properly executed this function and consequently became equal to all other living entities. The Bhagavad Gita confirms Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nasochati Nakamshati. So one who actually becomes spiritually advanced, he does not see difference between one living entity and another. This this platform is attained by determination. So this is what Prabhupada is trying to tell. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastine Suniche Supakacha Pandita Samadarshinaha. Actually, this is a very difficult state, but that is what we all have to achieve. And then further it is said that after practicing the yogasanas for mystic yoga, Pratyatas managed to control their life, air, mind, words, and external vision. So this is from the previous ages, so they are supposed to do like that only. To control the life air, they are practicing yogasana. But we should see the purpose very clearly. What they are doing, they are trying to work with the control their life air, that is pranavayu, then the mind, words, and external visions. So that they can focus internally. Thus, by the pranayam process, they were completely relieved of material attachment by remaining perpendicular. They could concentrate their mind on the uppermost Brahman. While thus practicing this pranayama, the great sage Narada, who is worshipped both by demigods and by demons, came to see them. So Narada is very merciful. If he sees somebody is sincere, he immediately comes to help them. So here Narada is coming to help these personalities. So here in this verse, the Are Amalam are significant. The realization of Brahman is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. The Absolute is realized in 3 phases: Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. And Lord Shiva concentrated upon the personal features Param Brahma, described in the personal term as Snigdha Pravad Gana Shamam. Following the instructions of Lord Shiva, the Prachetas also concentrated their mind on Shama Sundara. So here the point is, all these things which they did is to concentrate their mind. So in that way, this is the process that is recommended. So to concentrate. So whatever we are doing in life, that is the only purpose for us. Our life purpose is also that. Is to concentrate. So if you want to know whether you are perfected life or if somebody perfected, is how much you are able to concentrate. If your concentration is very good, you are the most successful person. If it is difficult for you to concentrate after many years, then we have not done things properly. So this is very simple to understand. So here they have done all this pranayama, this yoga, that yoga, whatever they are doing, it is all for concentration only. So here Lord Shiva concentrate upon the personal feature of Lord. Ignash Pravad Ganashyamam. So this is what Lord Shiva did. And following the instructions of Lord Shiva, Prachetas also concentrated their mind on Sham Sundara. That's all. Although impersonal Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan are the personal or on the same transcendental platform, the personal features of the Supreme Lord is the ultimate goal and last word in transcendence. And this is the work of Narada Muni. For Narada Muni, the door of every house is open. Although there is perpetual animosity between demons and demigods, Narada Muni is welcomed everywhere. Narada is considered one of the demigods, of course, And the word Devarishi means the saintly person among the demigods. But not even the demons envy Narada Muni. Therefore, is equally worshipped. Dhira Dhira Janapriyo. That is the advantage of Narada Muni. He is actually very. He speaks very nicely, and he is well wisher of everyone, so they also understand. As soon as Prachetas saw the great sage Narada has appeared, they immediately got up even from their asanas. As required, they immediately offered obeisances and worshipped him, and when they saw that Narada Muni was properly seated, they began to ask him questions. So it is significant that all the Prachetas were engaged in practicing yoga to concentrate their mind on Supreme Lord. So we were discussing this proposally. So they are all just doing that to concentrate their mind. That's all. So immediately they saw Narada Muni, then Prachetas, they started offering prayers. So Prachetas says, Swagatam tu sushushe dishtyam no darshanam gataha tvam chakramanam brahman abhyaya yata rave. He says that all the Prachitas began to address the great sage Narada, O great sage, O Brahmana. We hope to meet you with no disturbances while coming. We hope you met with no disturbance while coming here. It is due to our great fortune that we were able to see you. By traveling of sun, people are relieved from the fear of darkness of night, a fear brought about by thieves and rogues. Similarly, your traveling is like the sun, for you drive away all kinds of fear. Such a nice comparison. Because of night's darkness, Prabhupada is writing, everyone is afraid of rogues and thieves, especially in great cities. People are often afraid to go out of the streets. And we understand that even in great city like New York, people do not like to go out at night. More or less, when it is night, everyone is afraid, either in city or in village. However, as soon as sun rises, everyone is relieved. Similarly, this material world is dark by nature. Everyone is afraid of danger at every moment. But when one sees a devotee like Narada, all fear is relieved. Just as sun dispels darkness, the appearance of great sage Narada dispels ignorance. When one meets Narada or is represented to a spiritual master, one is free from all anxiety. So interestingly, it depends on how we look at the things. Because same Narada Muni, when he comes to some other person, he will glorify him differently. Now the Prachetas are glorifying differently. So somebody says, "Oh, we are very fortunate. We are able to see you, such personality." Narada Muni went many places, and everybody is glorifying differently, right? Similarly, when we read Prabhupada Purport, for me, I look, oh, Prabhupada is talking about detachment. Prabhupada is talking about giving up a family life and all. And not that Prabhupada is writing that only, because we have particular vision. We see that those things only, they are highlighted about mind, consciousness, detachment. So these things are more observed. It is not that Prabhupada is writing only that, but I can, because that is the state of mind which we are thinking in that direction, that will make us to see those things more prominently. And so here also Prachetas, they are meditating on certain things, and as soon as they saw Narada, they understood, oh, he is coming for this only. You see, may we inform you that because of our being overly attached to family affairs, we almost forgot the instructions we received from Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. So they are doing so it's overly attachment. So far, I told them, I always find these words more attachment to family. Not that this is there, but this only we'll see because that is where we are thinking on. Remaining in family life is a kind of concession for sense gratification. One should know that sense enjoyment is not required, but one has to accept sense enjoyment in as much as one has to live. As confirmed in Bhagavatam, Kamasya na indriyar priti. One has to become a Goswami and control his senses. So, and some other people, they take the same purpose, they will understand, oh, we have to accept authority, follow the authority. You see, Narada is authority, Prachetas are accepting authority, and Prabhupada is quoting authority of Bhagavatam. So they are into authority and they are into following. So they find the same purpose and they can give a different understanding. So authority is telling family life is kind of concession. And somebody may be more devotional, so they give a different purpose for it. So one should not simply use his senses for sense gratification, rather one should be employed just as much as required for maintaining body and soul together. Rupa Goswami recommends anasaktasya vishayan. One should not be attached to sense objects but should accept sense enjoyment as much as required, no more. If one wishes to enjoy senses more than required, he becomes attached to family life, means bondage. So Prachetas admit their fault in remaining in household life. They are already elevated, but still they feel like that. We should not take this. Dear Master, kindly enlighten us in transcendental knowledge, which may act as torchlight by which we may cross the dark nations of material existence. So, the Prachetas requested Narada to enlighten them in transcendent knowledge. Generally, when a common man meets a saintly person, he wishes to get some material benediction. They want Ashirvad, blessings. And actually, they are convinced that that will give happiness. But we have to understand, you see, earning money is not goal in itself. If you earn money, but if you are not spending it to gain something, then it is waste. That means earning money is not goal in itself. It's a means to achieve something else. That should be clear for people. People think if I have money, I'll be happy. No, you have to utilize that money to get. So happiness is not money. But then you say if I have comforts, then people they are thinking if I satisfy my senses. So money, you need to satisfy the senses. And even satisfaction of the senses, will it give me happiness? That is, to some extent it is possible. Then we understand that it is not all in all, we need something more. That means at the level of mind also we need to be satisfied. That means I need relationships, I need emotions, affection. If I am given a house and all the facilities and all luxury, but nobody is there around, I will not be able to enjoy for long. I said I need people around, I want somebody to share and all these things. Then okay, you have your family, you have your comforts, you have your good house, 2 3 BHK, the prime location in the city with all you are ordering Swiggy, Zomato, Zepto, Blinkit, and everything comes, and you have your relationship, wife, children. Will it make you completely happy? No. Then you are striving something more. In that way, we have to analyze. Oh, this is not working. Why people are there? Are so many lakhs of people like this facilities available, but it is not working for them. So very unfortunate situation. This is actually what makes us go more higher and higher. Okay, it is not senses, it is not mind. Money is in itself not the happiness, it's a means to achieve something else. All these things are required. So here, Prachetas, they are asking, give this transcendental knowledge. We can cross the dark nations, otherwise we are stuck up. And that's what a common man meets a saintly person. He's wishing them that, okay, he will give me something. However, Prachetas are not interested in material benefit, for they have enjoyed all this sufficiently. Not that they want the fulfillment of their material desires. They are simply interested in crossing the ocean of nations. Everyone should be interested in getting out of material clutches. Everyone should approach a saintly person in order to be enlightened in this connection. So when person get frustrated, na, after array I have family also, I have luxury also, but things are not working because heart will not be satisfied. He should, if he is sincere, na, he will inquire. Everyone should approach a saintly person for this enlightenment. One should not bother a saintly person to get blessings or a material enjoyment. Generally, householders receive saintly persons to get their blessings, but the real aim is to become happy in the material world. Asking such material benediction is not recommended in the Shastra. Even though they are simple instructions, now we should hear again and again. Otherwise, we get stuck up. It is not that we don't know. Many things we heard, we speak, but hearing again and again is what makes us keep us fresh. Otherwise, we will become unconscious. We have to be conscious every day hearing. Like this Stephen Covey, he has this 7 habits. In that, the third habit is second or third, whatever. He says that start with end in mind. So this is his saying. Start with end in mind. That means what I want to achieve, I should always remind myself, and accordingly I'll act. So today I want to achieve this. So my action of today is meeting what I want to achieve. Say I want to become a singer. So then after 10 years I want to be a good singer. So my actions today, if I am eating more ice cream, more sweets, and late night sleeps and all, it won't be helpful for me to achieve that goal. So if I start with end in mind, I have to remind myself every day about it. And every day for 1 hour, for us it's 2.5 hours, 7:15 to 9:30, we are reminding ourselves of the same goal. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve Krishna Prem. I want to get out of this material world. So this is actually the purpose of hearing again and again, is starting with end in mind. So if the goal is clear every day, then it becomes easy to act. We will not get distracted. That's the reason hearing is important. So we may think, "Arey, every time this detachment is coming." No, because we are conditioned like that. The great sage Maitreya continued, by Didra, being thus petitioned by Prachetas, the supreme devotee Narada, who is always absorbed in thoughts of Supreme Lord, began to reply. So Narada has no other business than thinking of Krishna, talking of Krishna and preaching about Krishna. Therefore, he is sometimes called Bhagavan. Bhagavan means one who possesses all opulences. So, in every Shastra, spiritual master is accepted directly as Supreme Lord. Vishnu Chakra Thakur is saying this. So, when one is simply absorbed in thought of Krishna, one is also called Bhagavan. If one possesses Bhagavan in the heart, he does not automatically possess all opulences? So this is a question. So Narada is Narada Bhagavan. And then now Narada is giving instructions. The great sage Narada said, when a living entity engages in devotional service of the Supreme Lord, who is Supreme Controller, his birth, all his 2 activities, his lifespan, his mind, his words, are all factually perfect. So in this word, there are many other birth begins besides human birth, but Narada is here especially speaking of human birth. So this is a reminder for all of us, especially for who are born in human life and in Bharatavarsha. That is more important. They have more responsibility. So Prabhupada is telling, whatever one is born, poor, rich, black, white, they should all do devotional service. And Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha is there. Anyway, it will come. whatever facility we have to enjoy anyway, it will come. That is according to our karma. So what is needed is focusing on Krishna. Material things no need to change. If you are destined to be rich, you will be rich. Destined to be poor, will be poor. But parallelly, we have to work on our Krishna consciousness. Material, what do you say? Material engagements, they'll go on, but don't compromise on spiritual life. That is there. And you may think, oh, if I can change. See, 28% is what the change can be made in your life, not more than that. You can change 28% of your 20 to 28, 20 to 13 between. The remaining thing cannot be changed, no matter how much you work. Like I was traveling in the flight, one person was sitting besides me. He was some 38 years old that time. And he told that he was telling in Steve Jobs or something. He said at the age of 38, 39, he became such a big person. Now I'm also at this age. I may also become like this. I was looking him up and down. I was thinking, Array, this is the trick of Maya. She will keep some good people, some specimens like that, who will become very rich in a short time. And all other fellows will be nicely trapped seeing them. They think we will also become like them. Whether that fellow after becoming is happy or not happy, that is another question. But at least Maya is very good in tricking the people like that, in wasting their human life. What I want to tell is that you cannot change much. If it is there, you will become. That's all. You can change 20 to 30%, but that much only. Beyond that, not so much can be changed. What can be, but we can work on our Krishna consciousness. If you are, say, you got a good business and you work for it, and then okay, that is what is there for you, but remaining time you can use for Krishna. Why to make it? Say I give this example, you get I'll just write for you, you'll understand this analogy very nicely. How this works. Say you have 1 hour time it took to reach 80% good, and then you will need 1 more hour to make it 95%, and 1 more hour to make it 100%. Now that means from 80 to reach 100, you need 2 hours extra, and to just reach 80, you need 1 hour only. Now, best thing is when it comes to material life, when it comes to material life, we have to just be with 80 only. Just be satisfied. Kamasya na indriyar priti labho jeevete. Just be satisfied with 80%. So then what happens? We get 2 hours extra. 1 hour you spent in material life, and 2 hours you can use for Krishna consciousness. So 1 hour for material life, 2 hours for Krishna consciousness. You are understanding? So now people, what they do, they want to make it 100. They are having some facilities in life. They can be happy with facilities what are available, but they want to increase the facilities. So that's what Bhagavatam is telling. Kamasya na indriyar priti. So this shloka is telling Labho jivete yavata. Whatever is needed for the maintenance. Is needed for maintenance. That much only you do. That means 80% you can maintain, yes. Now I want to make it perfect. Like say another example, very practical example. Like say house interiors. So you can make it extraordinary interior house. For that, what all needed? Like you can have simple interiors, but house extraordinary interiors. So three things will go: time, energy, and money. Now you can have some simple ones where you can save your time, energy, and money. But here this example we take. So you have to spend all these things extra to get a perfect house interiors and two extraordinary interiors. I am just giving example. I am not against having good interiors at home. I am telling if you go for then now what I and all these things what will happen? I have put so much energy, I had to earn so much money for it, and I had to put so much time also in it. So there are one is lose time for our Krishna consciousness. And another greater problem is because we invested so much time, energy, and money, we get attached. You're understanding the danger. So materialistic life, now this is the problem. We should be very careful. Don't invest so much time and energy in luxuries and comforts. Labo jivete yavata. Whatever is needed for basic minimum. So then what happens? People say, no, we don't have time. You don't have time because you are going for 100%. You just do 80%. Then you see how much time you are getting. You get 2 hours time. I am just giving a rough thing, but it can be at least 1 hour we'll get extra for our Krishna consciousness. The percentage of time in life we can get. So if your son is not becoming Krishna conscious, daughter is not becoming Krishna conscious, that's okay. What people do, they made house for themselves and now they want to make house for their children. Array, let them make their house. Now, why you have to make house for your children? What is this? Anyway, I will not use any foul language. But why you have to do that job? Let your son take responsibility and make his own house. You focus on your Krishna consciousness. You did your job. You have your house. You have your things. Let it finish. If your son don't has house, after you die he'll stay in your house. So why you want to create for him? Let him create. This is the problem. People waste their time in then after their son, what they will think, they'll start thinking of their grandchildren. How will I settle my grandson when my grandson's marriage, my granddaughter's marriage? And I am talking because I am seeing in our own family some of our relatives, they are doing the same thing. I just think, array, this is too much foolishness. You already did your job, then get out and practice Krishna consciousness. Anyway, it looks very illogical what people are doing. So, when one great devotee when one great devotee of Lord Chaitanya saw the Lord, he said that all his desires were fulfilled. He said, today everything is auspicious. Today my birthplace and neighborhood are all completely glorified. Today my senses, from my eyes down to my toes, are fortunate. Today my life is successful because I am able to see the lotus feet that are worshipped by goddess of fortune. So I am not against anyone. I am just trying to tell that that is not. We should not waste our time. You made your house. You gave your children education. Get out. We may not get out, but at least no need to think of them. Just focus on Krishna consciousness. That's all. If you don't, then things become more complicated in life. Then the children's health, grandchildren's health, their education, everything will be problem of grandfather only. You are already grandfather. Why are you worried about the education of your grandson? That is the responsibility of your son. You already did your job. You just focus on Krishna consciousness. Yeah. A civilized human being has three kinds of birth. The first birth is by a pure father and mother, and this birth is called birth by semen. The second birth takes place sorry, when one is initiated by spiritual master, and this birth is called Savitra. The third birth is Yagnika. Takes place when one is given the opportunity to worship Lord Vishnu. Despite the opportunity for attaining such births, even if one gets the lifespan of a demigod, if one does not actually engage in service of Lord, everything is useless. Similarly, one's activity may be mundane or spiritual, but they are useless if they are not meant for the satisfaction of Lord. So, this is the present state of the world. Okay, we'll end here. Any questions, comments? Okay, thank you all very much. ग्रंथ Srimad Bhagavatam की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.